Hi, I'm Dr. Kenneth Alman, Professor of Social Work at Molloy College in Rocville Centre. Welcome to another edition of Community of Spirit, a program that examines some of the pressing social problems many individuals and families on Long Island confront on a daily basis, and the people and agencies who help them. These people and agencies, by recognizing the dignity of the human person, the importance of community, the fundamental human rights to life, shelter, health care, education, and work, are living out the Church's teaching on social justice, and we here at Molloy College think it's important that you at home know more about them. With us today is Ms. Elizabeth Cazalet-Shankman, Service Learning Coordinator here at Molloy. Also with us today is Carl Wise, a Molloy student majoring in social work, who volunteers some of his time mentoring students at the Percy Jackson Center in Hempstead. Thanks for stopping by, Liz and Carl, and welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Liz, perhaps I could open by asking you, would you describe for us, our listeners out there, just what mentoring is?
Mentoring is a concept where an older person would role model, teach, offer positive advice, positive actions to a younger child.
And what might be some of the social problems that would make a child be, we say, at risk and in need of such services?
Children that aren't able to reach their potential on their own, who need more guidance, more support, really, in order to be able to make it in today's world with all the challenges that they're being faced with.
Well, we hear much in the news, for example, about it seems these days we're building more prisons than schools. We hear that 1 in 4 children grow up in poverty. 1 in 4 children drop out of high school. I mean, there seem to be enormous pressures on our youth.
Well, it's our hope that the mentors that Molloy College provides to the children in the community would help make up for these deficits that the children aren't getting somewhere along the road, either at school or at home.
Yeah. We have this phenomenon called latchkey children, where oftentimes children will come home from school and there'll be no one home because either the parents are working or they're in a single-parent situation, and the adult supervision simply is not there for the students.
Right.
I gather that the Percy Jackson program helps meet some needs of children in those situations.
Well, it's the perfect after-school program that enables a situation like a mentoring relationship to really flourish and grow. It allows the student, the elementary student, to connect with the Molloy College student so that they can see what else is out there. That by staying in school and working hard, that they too could, go on to college, Molloy College, right in their community, and get a career and really be able to make it in life.
Mm-hmm. So tell us, if you will, what exactly do the Molloy College students do to help these youth? What goes on? They
meet with the students as regularly as their schedule will allow, several times a week, quite often, and they do their homework with them. They engage in recreational activities. They help the students, peer mediate with each other and how to get along and work out their problems, verbally and by communication rather than having a fight and becoming aggressive in some way.
You use the word peer mediate. That's an interesting word. Maybe you could tell our listeners just what that means.
Well, it gives the children the tools to be able to figure out how to handle a situation, whether that be the score at a kickball game or whether the person was safe or out in baseball, being able to talk things out with them.
So when life confronts us with stresses, we need to have different ways of handling them. Okay.
Exactly.
So what are some of the qualities that a Molloy student would want to have in order to be an effective mentor?
Well, we would hope that they would be very compassionate, understanding, possess the ability to understand where these children are coming from and the struggles that they have to face on a daily basis.
I see. Do any particular participants, be it school kids or Molloy students, stand out in your mind as being particularly memorable or having particularly benefited from the program?
Well, it's always nice to see that when we have the same college students return year after year to continue doing the mentoring. We find that long-term mentoring really has its best benefits. And over the course of a whole year, we're able to see children that were often underdeveloped in either academic or emotional behaviors really rise to their occasion and help meet or help fulfill some of their potentials.
I'm struck when you say that students that come back year after year, it really gives one the feeling that both parties are getting something out of this.
Yes.
That makes it...
From the research that we've done, we find that from the college students' experience that it is very fulfilling and that they are quite pleased with themselves because they are able to see the hard work that they are doing paying off when the kids improve and their grades go up and they do better in school and better at home.
Mm-hmm. I know you're very interested in improving the program continually, and you said you've done research on what the college students report as their experience. Maybe you could just give us some idea about what they do report in terms of the mentoring program at Percy Jackson, or you have other sites as well, right?
Yes, we have the Big Brothers Big Sisters site, we have the Rising Star program, as well as the Percy Jackson. And they all report that it is very challenging, but it is positive challenges that make it all worthwhile for them and that makes them come back. And it is the one-to-one relationship that they are able to have. You know, it's not just, 1 on 40 children, and you don't really know what happens to these kids. You get very involved with them, and you know what's going on at home, and if there's a loss in their personal life over, another family member, and you're able to support them in a positive, appropriate way.
Yeah, it's interesting, Liz, that you say 1 in 40 children, because we know that school classroom numbers are growing every year, and the larger the number of classroom students gets, the more difficult it is for them to get the attention of a single student. So this plays an increasingly important role.
It absolutely does, and it often is the only time that the elementary school students have the undivided attention of an adult.